So I'm just going to grab a teeny little bit of this crimson, pull it out, and then tap your bristles into it. Spreads the paint out evenly on your brush. If you were to just pull out like a big streak of that and then put your brush on there, when you pulled it down you'd have big streaks of dark and light spots. When you tap it, you get a nice little even distribution. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of pink. Not much. Not much at all. So that's about all the pink. So from here on out, it's just going to be black and white. It's going to be a monochromatic painting. Hopefully I have enough black. I'm running kind of low. This might be like a partial painting. So there's black. I'm going to get some white. Alright. So with this same dirty brush, I'm going to just pull out some black. I'm just going to tap the top corner into it. And what we're going to do is we're going to do little circles with the top corner. And that's going to be the beginnings of our clouds. So little circles. Keep your brush moving. Tiny little circles. Go up around here. Come over this way. Put some down here. This is just the top corner of the brush. Little itty bitty circles. And this is our basic little dark color laid in. Now you wash the brush. You want to use odorless paint thinner, otherwise it'll stink to high heaven. Beat the brush to dry it. I got a little bit of paint on the handle. better. So now with your 2-inch brush, you're just going to use the top corner and you're just going to go through and wind this stuff up and begin blending everything. Just doing all kinds of little actions. If you want, you can do little X's in some places. You can just wind it up other places. It's really however you want it. Looking like a pretty good sky. So now what we're going to do is go in and put clouds in it. Wash the brush for that. So to put in clouds, I think I'll use like a 1-inch brush. Let's grab a 1-inch brush. So now you're just going to pick where you want your clouds to be. There we go. That's a little better. There's a little hair right there. Alright, go into some white. Corner of the brush, you're going to do circles again. And pick out where you want your clouds to be. Alright, now we got our basic cloud shapes laid in. We can go back in and fluff them up. Alright, so to do that, use the big brush, and just with the top corner, you're going to go on the bottoms of your clouds and wind them up. And it's just going to blend everything together. So when you're doing this, you don't even want the top corner of the brush to leave the canvas. You just want it to always be on there. And all you're doing is little itty bitty circles. Tiny little circles. Do this one now. There's this one. All you're doing is just tiny little circles. I'm holding the brush mainly horizontal just so I can see underneath, like where the bristles are going, and then when I need to, just kind of turn it to like a 45 or vertical. This all depends. Alright, now that all those are all blended, what you're going to do is just real gently, you're going to make little, like a C shape. And what it's going to do is it's going to pick up all the little excess clumps of white, and it'll make little wispy things coming out of it. And it gives motion to your painting. This just kind of makes your clouds look fluffy. But like you're barely touching the canvas right here. Barely touching. Barely touching. Barely touching. Just fluffing them up. Alright, now when you have them fluffed up, real gentle. Back and forth. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Now if you want, you can go back in and put in, more and more clouds. I'll show you how to do that real quick. If you wanted to put in another layer, just go back into your white and put like another cloud right here. Just wherever you want them. Well, it's just the same thing. You put in your cloud using little circles. You go back in and stir up the bottoms. Lift it up. go across. And there you go. You have a happy little sky. Yep, looks pretty good on stream. Alright. So now what we're going to do is put some little foothills back in here. So we'll mix up a gray. Kind of want it to be like a medium gray. That's a good color. So just using the top corner of the brush, it's gonna come in and touch and pull down. Tap and down, tap and down. Let it fade on off to nowhere. Okay, now what you're going to do is go in with your 2-inch brush. You want to tap the base of this. What this tapping does is it diffuses all the paint underneath it, and it makes it look like there's a little bit of mist underneath. So after you do that, you go below and just gently pull up. And that just kind of takes away the little brush marks. So yeah, just like that, you have a little foothill. So now we're going to mix up some more dark. This one just, same color, just darker. Go over this way. Another little foothill over here. Another layer of foothills. So we gotta go back in and mist out the base of this as well. There's our little foothills off in the background. Let's clean the brush off. Alright. Now we're going to start putting in the, I guess it'd be like the mid-ground. What's up, Trap? Yeah, the shaking noise. I tightened all like the little screws earlier when I got here, and then I found out these little things were in these little bars right here. So whenever I would touch it, these things would rattle on the inside. So we got part of the problem solved. Alright, so now grab a fan brush, grab some white. I'm just gonna start forming where my land is in the back. And just start letting it come forward. Need a lot more white. Some white. Let's put like a little hill somewhere. Let's have it go up here. Nice little hill. Beautiful. You know what? Let's put some little pines. Don't know if I have enough of this dark color. Grab some more black. Let's do another tree right there. Little trees. I'll do one more behind them. Alright, there's some little pines right there. Let's kind of bring it down. That way we can grab underneath them with some white and make it look like banks and stuff like that. The little island from SpongeBob, I don't know what that is. I don't know SpongeBob. So just go up here and grab some of the undercolor and pull it down. We'll make a nice little shadows and stuff. I guess we should probably put a couple little highlights on those trees. I don't want a lot on here though, so I'm just gonna real lightly put some on. Those little guys. And then we can take the knife and just kind of cut in a little trunk. You just use your knife, cut it in. And go back in with your fan brush. And just kind of cover up some of the little scratchy marks. Alright, so we got a couple little trees over there. Can you post a picture of it? Sure, dude. Go right ahead. Alright, so get some more white. Need to get some snow over here. Little hill right there. Just go like that. Maybe we'll put some water right here. Before I do that, I'm going to put in more bushy things over here. There we go. Let's go back in with white. Grab a little of it and pull it out. Pull it in the same angle that the lay of your land is going. Put in some little frosted bushes. Alright, let's put some water down here. I haven't done water in a while. So to do that, let's grab some of your dark color. This is mainly black with just a little bit of alizarin crimson. Get a nice even distribution. And then just touch and pull straight down. That's all there is to it. And like, let's say you wanted this water to go back further into the painting. You can just do like that. So there's the water pulled down. Hello, Mama. Alright, now we clean the brush. Okay. Alright, so then real lightly, you're going to go straight across. And what this does is it kind of makes it look like a shimmer. There you go. So now we have to put like a little coastline around it. Just grab some white and just kind of make up a little edge. Just want to blend everything together. Alright, so now what you want to do is grab your knife. Grab some liquid white. You want to pull it out real thin and then cut across. Okay, let me clean off my knife. There. Pull it out, cut across. You have a little bit of paint on the top of the knife. And all you're going to do is you're going to use that to just like kind of cut in a water line. Try to keep these strokes horizontal. And you can really push into the canvas. You can try to cut through it if you really want to. Just cut in a little water line. And then if you want, you can even just put like some little streakies out in the middle. Just kind of makes it look like there's something out there on the ice. Or that it is ice. Alright. Can clean off the knife. Alright. Now we'll do some more to the left. So now that you have your little water lines and stuff cut in, you just want to go back and kind of re-emphasize areas and stuff. got to do this side. I think for this side, I'm just going to do a big gigantic tree. Sounds about good. That's the picture of it. Let's take a look. Yeah, I could do that. I don't think I will though. This doesn't look like a very challenging painting. Alright, lots of color. Lots and lots of paint. You pull it in one direction. And get all of it. All the paint. See how much paint's in there? So with the rounded corner facing up, you're just going to start pushing in what you think would be a tree shape. One big tree. That is one big tree. Big, big, big. Grab all this paint. See if this is enough to finish the bottom. Wash the brush. Alright, got a nice clean brush now. I guess while I'm cleaning stuff, clean off the knife. I don't really think we're going to use the knife anymore, but I don't know. Maybe on the big tree we use it for like a trunk or something. I guess I could put in a trunk. Oh, grab some more black. Just a little itty bitty bit. Not much. Goes down. So go to your black and just pull it out real thin. And cut a little roll of paint. And all you're going to do, you're just going to touch and pull. If you need more paint, just cut off a new little thing. I mean, basically all you're doing is just touching the canvas. It'll pull off what it wants. I have a couple more in here. Let's have those go down like that. trunk and a couple limbs. So now just go into some white. Pull that out flat. Get your little roll of paint. Or not. There we go. And the same thing, you're just gonna touch where the trunk is. It's just gonna give it a little highlight. And just tap it a couple times, just to kind of bring it together a little bit. You can actually pull, do like a little C shape. Make it look like birch. Just a little C shape. Alright, so now we're going to put on our highlights. I think for that we'll probably just use the 1-inch brush. We could use the 2-inch, we could use a round, we could use pretty much whatever. You know what, maybe before we put on those, I'll just put in a couple little limbs, just in case. Just in case. There, go into your paint thinner, and you get this real thin. You pull it out to a nice sharp point. And you're just going to go in here wherever. You're just going to put in a couple little branches. You don't need to be like too detailed with these because they're probably just going to get covered up. But it'll be good just to have a couple in there, just because you'll know that they're in there. Right. And down here you can put all kinds of little wispy things. When I do like the little grassies and stuff, I kind of do like little arcing motions to paint them. It just kind of makes them look a little bit more natural. But the majority of this stuff is going to be all covered up, so you don't really even need to worry about it. Alright. Now we can do this part. So we'll use titanium white and some liquid white. Liquid white is just to thin it down. A thin paint sticks to a thick paint in this particular style. So that is what we need. So I'm just going to grab some liquid white, put that on the old palette. Oops, almost used the wrong brush. Alright, so mix the liquid white and the titanium white. And you're going to pull this in one direction as well. You want to get enough paint on here. There you go. You see how much paint we have on there? You see how the rounded part is up top? So what you're going to do is just start up top. You're going to touch and push up just a little. Think about where the little tree branches are. Try not to hit just that random. More white. You definitely go through color quick in this style. Alright. Grab some more liquid white. Go back. You know, we can have a little path. Just figure out where you want a path to be and just kind of scrub it in. Grab some white. Just like a little bit of white on top of that. And we'll go back into the 1-inch brush. We can just tap in some little bushes just to kind of set it back in there. We have finished painting.